What's up, YouTube? Makeup Janelle here. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I'm about to get glam and talk to you guys about something that really has been on my heart, actually. And it's mental health. Let's start with my foundation. First of all, my skin is already prepped. I already did moisturizer, primer, all that good stuff. I'm gonna try to talk makeup and mental health at the same time as I go. So my foundations of choice, I always use the Maybelline foundations. I love the Maybelline Fit foundations. They just work for me. They're a gift from God, okay? I use shades 332 and 330. And it just works for me. Okay, so let me just start off by, I am 31. And when I turned 30, like, I don't know if it was like a thing. Like, as soon as I turned 30, I questioned everything in my life. Like, I'm hoping I don't get too emotional and cry on this because I don't want to mess up my makeup. But as soon as I turned 30, I just questioned every piece of my life. Like, from my career to my love life to heavy on the career though. It was really heavy on the business and the career side of my life. Yeah, I just started questioning everything. Also, what kind of triggered it too, I had a dog, which is kind of weird. I had a dog that was just with me throughout my entire 20s. So I always kind of felt like she was always there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dog was the best thing in my life. If I went through a breakup, she was there. If I moved apartments, she was there. I know this foundation looks a little yellow, but don't worry about it. It's gonna look real good after I get done. But yeah, so I had to put my dog to sleep September of last year. And also during this time, I was slightly going through a breakup as well. Where is my setting spray? Oh my God. I have to let me go grab some setting spray. 1 second. I was kind of going through a breakup as well. And not on a bad thing. It was just like, you know what? We don't want to waste each other's time. Both of our time is very valuable and we don't want to waste each other's time. So during that point, as I was going through a breakup, I had to put my dog to sleep. Mind you, my dog was old. I kind of knew it was coming. Like, I knew the time was coming. And that was the first time I really ever felt alone in my life. Excuse my air fryer, I'm making chicken. But that was the first time I really felt alone. And it's really weird to say. It was like it was a dark cloud over me. Because I don't know, it was just difficult for me. And that was the first time I really felt alone in my life. So along with going through a breakup, again, I'm having to adjust to being alone. And I was like, you know what? I need to start therapy. Like, I need to talk to a therapist because I don't know, the 30s, I felt like I was just, as soon as I turned 30, it was like a midlife crisis for me. It wasn't welcoming. The 30s was not welcoming to me at all. I was in a very, very negative, just place about life. I started comparing my life to other people, especially on social media. I started thinking like, oh my God, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Which I don't know where that's supposed to be either, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know who tells you that you're supposed to be at a certain place in your life by a certain age, by whatever. But I was just so hard on myself. And I really had to learn how to give myself grace. I really had to learn how to give myself grace. And I really, anything I thought I wanted in my 20s, I don't want anymore. Like, I did a vision board in like 2020, and I had to be like maybe 29, no, maybe 28, something like that, to kind of refocus my life. But you know what? I think it's time. I really need to do that vision board over again, because it's just not giving anymore. It's not giving. And I just think that as I'm getting older, I am just realizing things that I want, what I don't want. And honestly, I'm just trying to, and I think a lot of my friends are in the same place. We're all trying to figure out what success looks like for us. I think that we are living in an age where, because of social media, it looks a little funny right here. Social media makes us feel like this soft life, which soft life is great, but this lifestyle is just, if you're not making 6 figures, you know, by a certain time in your life, you're just not successful. And that's not the case at all. So I've been in therapy for, how long have I been in therapy? I have been in therapy maybe 4 months now, if I just had to take a wild guess. Maybe longer. Maybe we're just going to say a few months. I've been in therapy. And therapy for me has really helped me sit and really think about, you know, certain things. It helps me process why I'm feeling a certain way. Well, what's triggering me to feel this way? And it's okay to feel any type of way. It really is. It's okay to feel certain things. That's not the problem. But the issue is, well, what are you going to do about it? And it also helped me, like, just, of course, deal with I really didn't have a bad childhood. I'm not going to lie. My childhood was not traumatic at all. The only thing that was traumatic about my childhood was being raised by a single mom. And that ain't nothing new. So foundation is on. Concealer is by LA Girl. This is a Black Opal Stick cream foundation, the shade Hazelnut. I really didn't have a bad childhood. Besides being raised by a single parent, I do feel like I had to grow up really quickly because I have a younger sister. And I felt like I had to be the adult in the house because my mother worked all the time. She worked. And that's the thing about this generation. Our parents, like I said, I'm 31. So, you know, the generation before me, their success was 9 to 5 or just get a job. Don't get pregnant at 16. Like, that was the thing back then. So now, times are changing, and finding the level of success that makes you happy is hard. It's hard these days. Like, it really is. So I really just had to learn how to give myself more grace. Of course, I do believe that you have to be consistent in life. I think that you should always do your part. Like, you can't just sit here and think that a job or a career or anything is just going to fall in your lap. Life don't work like that. You do have to put in the work for yourself. I do believe that. But I really just, the 30s for me has just, I'm 31 now, and it's getting a little better. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's much better than what it was, because I was just upset. I just felt like my life just wasn't going great. I felt like, I'm going to get a little emotional because I felt like I just didn't know what I wanted, you know? Like, I felt like I didn't know where I wanted to go, like what direction I wanted to go in. I didn't really, I felt like it was just, I was just lost. I felt so lost, and it was very, very, very difficult. Extremely, extremely difficult. So that was one of the main reasons I wanted to start therapy, because I do think a lot of people are ignorant, and you know, they think you're crazy because you want to go to therapy. But in all honesty, it really helps you with your communication. It helps with you trying to figure out the kind of people you want in your life. It helps you figure out why you are the way you are. Why do you handle certain situations the way that you do? You know, like, why are you thinking like this? It really, really, really helps you figure out certain things in your life. And I don't know, the 30s for me had just, I really felt like I just was lost. I felt so lost, and I'm like, what is going on? In my 20s, I feel like you don't really care about anything in your 20s. In your 20s, you just feel like life is just gonna keep going, you know, like it's just great. And like, I wish I could like describe to you guys the feeling I felt when I turned 30, because I was like, what is going on? What am I doing? Where am I supposed to go? What direction am I supposed to go in? It was difficult. Also, as a woman, I feel like just with being a woman and your hormones and stuff, my anxiety got worse when I got out of my 20s. I started thinking about everything, and I didn't think about none of this. I didn't think about none of this shit when I was 25. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking about, oh, well, if I date someone, I want to bring something to the table besides, you know, I want to be able to bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you start thinking about all these things, and it just, like I said, the anxiety really just amped it up. Like, it got bad. And I was just really hard on myself. But if you are just going through life, I think everyone needs a therapist. Let's just say that. I think everyone needs a therapist, because therapy is really helping me also just figure out my purpose in this life. And I feel like if you do not know what you're placed on this earth for, you are just lost. If you can't really be happy just with the little things that you have in life, I feel like it's difficult, you know. And everybody has their struggles. I do believe that. But I think everyone needs a therapist. Go get, this is your sign. Oh, let me tell you the platform I use. So I use Talkspace as my as the platform that I use for my therapy. I do have insurance, of course. So that is definitely helpful, because I do understand that therapy is not cheap. So I do have insurance. And I use, it's called Talkspace. That's what it's called. Get you a therapist, okay? Get you a therapist. Now that I'm 31, I've really just tried to focus on the things that I do have in my life, opposed to the things that I do not have. Because there's a lot that I don't have. Don't get me wrong, like, it's a lot. So I really just focus on the blessings and the things that I do have in my life right now. Along with mental health, I do feel like you do have to, like I said, in going to therapy, you do have to hold yourself accountable of the things that you're not doing to put you in a better place mentally. I am one of those people that believe fitness. You don't have to be a gym rat. You don't got to be a gym rat, but fitness and being active, I do think helps with your mental health. If you're, like I said, you don't have to, dive headfirst into the gym, but even going for a walk It don't even matter. The smallest thing, get out in nature. Like, get out and move your body. Move your body, because when that happens, it stimulates your mind, and you're not just sitting in one place thinking about how depressed you are. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that fitness is a wonderful way to put you in a better space mentally. I am definitely a gym girl. I probably go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. And also, working out helps with anxiety, people. If you didn't know that, working out helps with anxiety. It's just a very helpful thing. So, and I think a lot of us are just lazy too. Super, super, super lazy. I did blend everything out, and now I'm setting my face with the Maybelline Fit Me matte and poreless powder. That's what I'm using to set my concealer. Get up, y'all. Get up and get your body moving. That is one thing that you can do to better your mental health. Okay? Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Like, I can't stress that enough. Get up. I also have started, along with therapy, I've started to incorporate positive rituals in my life. Like, I have a journal that I write in. I have a devotion. I have a couple journals, actually. Like, I have one journal for like my dating life, and then I have another journal for like life. But I have a devotional journal that I got off Amazon. It's in my Amazon favorites, so I will put the link to my Amazon favorites in the description below. But this devotional journal was referred to me by a client, and it has really helped me keep my spirits up. I think that with life can be very challenging. Life can be very challenging, and I'm not super, super, super religious, but I am spiritual. I do believe in God. And I do think that when you believe in something and your faith is in the right place, you have to be blessed. Like, you have to. I'm just happy I woke up this morning. That's really how I feel most of the time. I do have my days, don't get me wrong. I do have my days, but I'm just happy I woke up this morning. In all honesty, I'm extremely happy that I woke up this morning. So the devotional journal is one thing I do to better my mental health. I also listen to audiobooks. One of my top audiobooks that I listen to is The Secret. I listen to the Secret to Success, and The Secret to all the secrets. Honestly, they're great, just uplifting words of encouragement. Honestly, I listen to a lot of Steve Harvey's books. Like, I like his Act Like a Success, Think Like a Success. I love his audio book. I love his story. Tyler Perry has a great audiobook. And the devotional journal that I read it actually has an audiobook to it as well. So I do listen to that. I give myself like affirmations as well. I do say affirmations along with, going to church, or just even listening to certain services, stuff like that. I try my hardest to fill my cup, because no one else is going to do it. No one else really knows how I feel anyway, but no one else is going to fill your cup the way you need to. Like, no one else. If you're struggling with being alone, I would say keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy, and make sure you surround yourself with positive people. Because I will say I did have a time where it was hard for me to be alone a little bit, but I slowly kind of got out of that because I had to focus on work and clients and other things, so I didn't have really time to think about it. And honestly, the being alone part to me really only hits when you about to go to sleep. That's just a personal opinion. I feel like I really didn't think about being alone until I was about to go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, during the day, I keep myself busy during the day. I don't really think about being alone during the day, you know? But I think a lot of people also want companionship, and that has a lot to do with, you know, being in relationships that are not going to go nowhere. You just want somebody around. And as far as mental health, you need to be okay with being alone. You need to be okay with being by yourself. Like, who are you okay with, you know, who you see when you look in the mirror? Are you okay with that person? Yeah, like, are you happy with who you see in the mirror? If that makes any sense at all. I'm really just talking off the top of my head here. But yeah, and honestly, I had to start telling people no as well to help my mental health. I'm gonna say that one more time for you all. I had to start telling people no. For my mental health, I had to start telling people no. 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 Or no. Just strictly just no. I had to start telling people no. Because other people, especially family, I ain't gonna lie, family and friends can really drain you. And you need that energy for yourself. You need that energy just to get through the day-to-day, you know, life. You need that energy for yourself. Start telling people no. And also for your mental health, if you are just in a position where a relationship or a friendship is not being, the things are not being reciprocated, get out of that situation. It is okay. You can find another friend, you can find another man, you can find another girlfriend, you can find another. It's okay. Get out. Like, if things are not being reciprocated, get out, because it's going to affect your mental health, period. It's going to affect you. Besides going to the gym and doing audiobooks, what else do I like to do to better my mental health? I had to learn this too. I feel like when you feel like you're struggling with mental health, you feel like you don't want to be around people, right? Like, you just feel like, oh my God, I just want to be by myself. I don't 100% agree with that, because when I'm out or when I'm surrounding myself with, I'm trying to find an angled brush here. Now I can't find one. When I surround myself with good people and good energy, I naturally just feel better. You can't stay cooped up in the house. Hold on, let me try to find my angle brush here, because I really can't find it. I gotta fill in my eyebrows. And now I can't find my angle brush. Okay, here it is. Okay. Get out of the house. Do an activity. Take a class. Like, do something fun. Do something that's going to stimulate other senses. Whether if it's a cooking class or a candle making class. Get out and surround yourself with good people. Okay, good people. That's it. I do feel like that can also help mentally. I am also one that, if you need some type of medical, I'm not against medication at all. I think that you should do whatever works best for your situation. And if being on a medication helps with your mental health, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Even if you decide to go the natural way with natural supplements and herbs or whatever works for you, by all means, I think you should do it. Because your mental health is just so important. It's so important. I think that we should just educate ourselves a little bit more when it comes to mental health. Yeah, and I think we're all really just struggling with it. I make things look very pretty, especially on my social media. But I struggle some days. I truly do. I struggle with me as an individual. I struggle. I do. I struggle. But one thing that also kind of gets me together, and I'm so grateful for, are my clients. My clients and the people I meet, they are so nice to me. They look forward to working with me. My clients fill my cup. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it is an amazing thing when I meet people and they love me. And I be like, oh, I'll be hanging on by a thread. Like, y'all just don't know. I'll be hanging on for dear life. You know what I'm saying? But I meet people that are, oh my God, some of my clients are the sweetest ever. And it really makes me it fills my heart with joy and gratitude. And I just thank God. I thank God for my clients. I thank God for anybody that looks forward to working with me. I thank God. I thank God that He has blessed me with a gift to be able to make women feel pretty about themselves, whether if it's doing their makeup or teaching them how to do their makeup, or even now, like you guys watching this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really fills my heart up. And I'm truly grateful. I'm truly grateful for everything that I have right now. And if you ask me, like, I get to wake up every day and do what I love. That is success. Like, if you really truly think about it, I am very blessed. I have a roof over my head. I have a warm bed to sleep in. I have food. Like, I have the certain things that I need in life. And I feel like that is success. And we live in a superficial world where it's just, it's a very difficult time that we live in. And I think that there are people struggling to figure out who they are, who they want to be. And it really, the mental health is just, it's serious. So if you do have people in your life, that check on them, check on the people that you love. Make sure you're good at the same time. Okay. Make sure you're good. Make sure your cup is filled. And I just say, move with gratitude. As long as you wake up and you're grateful, I think that gratitude can cancel out any type of negative feeling that you have in life, because it feels good when you say, hey, I'm grateful to be able to do certain things in my life. I'm grateful for my health. It's going to just make you feel better mentally, you know? I'm grateful that I can drink a gallon of water a day. Like, the smallest things. The smallest thing. I think when you lead with gratitude, I do think it will help. And I do think that we as people, we focus on what we don't have. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I'm not this. Or we're constantly focusing on the things that we do not have or we're not. And I think we should focus on the things that we do have to help our mental health. And that was not ladylike, excuse me. Yeah, as I get older, the mental health gets more serious and more serious. Like I said, in my 20s, I did not really, I'm not gonna say I didn't care about mental health, but I really wasn't thinking about it like that. I really didn't have, I felt like I didn't not have a voice, but as I get older, I do feel like I'm learning what my voice means to me. I'm learning what things are non-negotiables in my life. I'm learning how to communicate better, with my loved ones around me. I'm learning how to meet new people and not be so judgmental. I'm learning that just lead with love and gratitude. And I think that your life might be okay. You know, I do think you should deal with traumas and triggers to be able to effectively get through life. And some things may never fully, you know, you may never fully heal from certain things, but you will know how to deal with certain triggers as you get older. So get a therapist, y'all. Get a therapist. Talk to somebody who's not your friend. Talk to somebody who can give you real help, because your parents probably can't unless they're therapists. Your parents probably can't help you. Talk to someone who does not know you. Talk to someone who knows nothing about you, and just talk. And just be okay with who you are. Be okay with the mistakes that you've made. Be okay with how far you've come, even if it don't seem like you have come that far. Just be okay. And hold yourself accountable too. A lot of people don't know how to do that, but you want to complain about everything in life, but you don't hold yourself accountable. Try to hold yourself accountable, because we all fall short. We're human. We're flawed. We all fall short. So yeah, I'm over here focused on these brows, honey, because this one looks a little bit more like it should be fixed, like right there-ish. I guess that'll work. I feel like they're a little thick though. Are they giving thick brows? I really don't like concealing the top of my brows. We'll leave them as is. Whatever. But yeah, I really just, it's still a struggle for me every day. Every day I struggle. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Every day is a struggle. It's honestly, I've had to train myself to think differently. Excuse me. I've had to train myself to just think differently when it came to certain situations. When it comes to just life, I mentally tell myself, you know what, Janelle, we're not going to complain. We're going to be grateful for what we have. And if there's a solution, or if there's something that I could do better, then that's what we're going to do. Like, but I have my days. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I do have my days. I have my days. I do have my days. I think the hardest thing in this life is figuring out your purpose. I think that can be very difficult, and it can affect your mental health, because if you don't know who you are, if you don't know why you're here, and it's still taking me a minute to figure out why I'm here. Like, I know God has blessed me with a gift, but it still takes me a minute to really figure out, like, what do I have going on? Like, what? Because honestly, if you think about it, I do think that we're placed on earth to be of service to other people. Whether if you're providing a service, or whether it can just be anything. I think we're here to help others. Through education, through whatever the case may be. We are placed on this world to help others in some type of form or fashion. Ooh, it's giving eyeshadow. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Super excited. But if you also know people that struggle really hard with mental health, that may be like suffer with depression or suicidal thoughts, please check on them, because you just never know. Just check on them and try to be there for that person as much as possible, whether if it's a family member, whatever the case may be. Just try to do your part. because mental health is so important. It is so important to do what you need to do to feel good. And I also, like, I drink, but I don't drink like that. But I think your liquor intake can affect your mental health. It's okay. I do think you should live life. I think you should have a great time. But if you are struggling mentally and you're using liquor as a coping mechanism, I would just say be careful. Or if you know someone who is, just be careful, because you're not dealing with your problems. You're trying to numb them, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. Or whatever type of substance. Just be careful. Just be careful. Because life can stress you out. I ain't gonna lie. Life can truly stress you out. So, yeah, when your faith is not like aligned, or something's, it's like, if you don't have any faith, then how are you getting through life? And for me, I have to believe in something, because let me tell y'all something. I ain't got no job, right? I don't have no job. I make money just by doing what I love. I don't get paid I don't get a paycheck. I don't get anything like this, okay? So if I don't have faith that God is going to continue to provide for me, like roof over my head, my bills are paid, if I don't have faith in that, I'm gonna be lost. Like, lost, okay? I have to have faith, because I ain't got no job. I ain't got no job. We just sitting here creating content, and, you know, I'm just being myself and giving you guys what I have, you know? Like, I ain't got no job. So I have to believe. I have to believe. Like, I have to have faith. I have to, because I'm going to be lost, and just, it's going to be a hard time if I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, look, I ain't got no choice. I have to believe in God, because God is the only thing that provides for me. Like, he makes sure that your girl is straight at the end of the day. So, I do think you should find a belief system that works for you. Whatever works for you. I do think you need to have faith in something to get through life. You need to have faith, and you need to know that things, no matter how difficult, are going to be okay. You know, like, no matter how difficult this recession is, I need to have faith that I'm going to be okay, because if I don't, I'm going to continue to worry. And that's going to further affect my mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. So, I do think you should have that to better your mental health. I don't know what I'm doing for my eyeshadow here, but maybe it's giving. We're going to find out in a second. But I do preach about mental health because, for one, I work in an industry that is so judgmental, that is so, it's based on beauty. You know what I'm saying? Because we're creating beauty, and, you know, makeup is supposed to take what you have and enhance it a little bit. Like, that is the world. That's the world that I choose to work in. So if you don't feel good, if your mental health is not in order when you take your makeup off, you are good to nobody. I've encountered so many women that look great, drop dead gorgeous, and insecure as hell. They're insecure, and they have mental health problems. Like they mentally, they are just insecure and struggling. And if you don't feel good internally, then the makeup can only go so far. Like, I'm loving this beat, honey, but I know when I take it off, I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with who I see in the mirror. I'm happy. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love a good beat. I love me a good beat, honey. But if your spirit is not together, then you're not gonna be good. So I do try to, like with my clients, I try to not preach, but talk mental health when it comes to my clients, because they're sitting in my chair and they can't wait to feel beautiful. But I'm like, girl, well, what are you doing to better yourself? What are you doing about that? Like, what are you doing to make sure that when you take this off, you feel good? Take time for yourself, do a little self-care. I don't care if it's going to get your toes done. Even if you put some press-on nails on and take time, listen to your favorite music, whatever the case may be. Make sure your mental health is in order, you know? Okay, I guess it's giving glam, you know what I'm saying? But that is one thing I do try to tell people, because if you just, when you feel good on the inside, the makeup makes it better. The makeup makes everything better, you know? Should I put on should I do a wing? I'm not really a wing kind of girl, but I'm not gonna do a wing. I'm just gonna do a little eyeliner at the top. But yeah, the industry I work in is just so critical, and so it's based on your looks. I ain't gonna lie, like, that's me being dead serious, honey. Like, it's based on your looks. So if you're not happy with what you look like or what you see in the mirror, and mentally, if you're just not happy with who you are as a person, the makeup is messing up. The makeup's only gonna do so much. Okay? Okay, we're trying to get it together here. We're trying to get it together. And because we're almost done with this glam. Y'all got to see this full face, honey. It's coming upon me, okay? Yeah, mental health, okay? Mental health is a really important topic we need to talk about these days, okay? Shout out to Dimple.color for these toasted honey color contacts, because, baby, it's kind of giving vampire, but I like it. Is it not giving Twilight? Is it not giving Twilight? Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, we're almost done here. Like, even me sitting here talking about my clients and how grateful I am, I feel it made me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking about the things that I'm grateful for, it makes me feel better. Like, it's like an immediate sensation of me feeling better about life. Yeah. As I get older too, I'm really truly figuring out, because before you try to enter a relationship, like, I feel like your mental health ties into your relationships. You trying to be a parent. Like, if your mental health is not in order, what kind of girlfriend or boyfriend are you going to be if you don't know how to be alone? Or you don't know how to handle conflict? Or if you don't know how to communicate? Because we need to teach our kids and whoever you're with, like, if you can't handle certain things, how is that going to benefit you? I'm just curious, because especially with our men, I think that our men are, and I feel for them, I truly do. They don't know how to communicate, and it's probably messes with their mental health. Like, you don't know how to effectively communicate, and it's horrible. But I think women are the same way, though. I think women don't know how to effectively communicate either. Look, just keep your mental health in order. That's really all I'm trying to teach in this video, okay? Or just talk about, because it's so important. I thank God every morning that I wake up and I'm sane, you know, and I thank God for my mental health, because I don't know what I'd do if my mental just wasn't, I don't know. I would be lost. I just, woo, I don't know. But I also, like I said, I do take the time to just make sure I'm doing my part to make sure that I'm in good standing, you know? And I'm happy with who I am. Even right now, through the struggle, through everything, I'm truly happy with who I am. I'm happy with where I am. Do I want more? Yes, we all want more in life. Don't get me wrong. We all want more. But right now, I really truly cannot complain. I don't think complaining is going to help. It's not going to do anything. Let's just keep that part there. Like, it's just complaining without like taking action and doing something about it is not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. But I've just had to really learn to give myself grace. I've had to learn to give myself grace, to not be so hard on myself, to not compare my life to others, and really truly think about what means the most to me. During this whole mental health journey of mine, and me entering my 30s, and me just getting older and becoming the woman that I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I've had to learn a few things, which is great, you know? I'm learning certain things I want in life, and from a partner, and marriage, and kids, and all of these things. Like, I'm really truly thinking about all these things. As I drench myself in setting spray. This is the Makeup Revolution setting spray. This is the Super Hole Fixing Spray. That's what it says. Woo! And I also try to encourage others around me too, like my close friends. I try to uplift them because they need it. They need it. I ain't even gonna lie. Let's get ready to put these lashes on, shall we? Let's get ready to put our lashes on and finish up this glam. I'm so happy that if you continue to watch this video, you got to see the whole process. Because my eyeshadow today, I used the Makeup Revolution palette, their Velvet Rose palette. I did use that. The lashes are from my Amazon favorites. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, look, when I got a full beat on, y'all can't tell me nothing. That's truly how I feel. But when taking it off is one of my favorite things too. I ain't even gonna lie. I wear my makeup and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to get home and take my makeup off. Oh my goodness. Washing my face is like the best thing ever. Okay. Lashes are lashing. Lashes are lashing. Yes. And I have no clue where I'm going. I may go do something fun. For real. To keep my mental health in order. To keep my mental health in order. I do like doing things. I do like having fun. I'm an animal person. I love animals. So I like going, I love going to the zoo. I ain't even gonna lie. I like doing anything that makes me feel like a kid where I ain't got no bills, because when you're a kid, you don't have any stresses. You don't have any worries. So anything that kind of makes me feel like a kid again, or if I'm talking to people, it really helps my mental health as well. All right, we're getting there. Oh, this is great. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God. It just looks so good. I'm so happy. I'm so thankful that God has blessed me to be able to do my makeup like this. Like, for real, because I know I'd be making it look effortless, but makeup makes me happy. I ain't even gonna lie. Makeup truly brings me joy. And I'm like, as a kid, I didn't play with dolls. I was very artsy and crafty when I was a kid. I know how to draw, certain things like that. So makeup has always been a outlet for me to be creative and express myself. Okay, we're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. This lash is looking a little funny. It's looking a little weird, but we're getting there. Okay. Sorry, y'all, I'm struggling. Well, not really struggling, but I'm trying to make sure my eyes don't look lopsided when I look in somebody's face, you know. And it's so interesting. Like, I can't wait to see where I'm going to be in like the next 10 years, because I really have no clue. I have no clue. I don't know if I'm going to be married. I don't know if I'm going to have kids. But you know what? All I know is I'm just going to have faith that God leads me in the right direction, okay? I'm just going to have faith that I'm just being led in the right direction, that whatever's meant for me is going to happen no matter what. I try not to, if it's something that's out of my control, I try not to let it stress me out too much, you know? Because I can't do nothing. Think about it, you can't do nothing about it anyway. Like, you can't change how people feel. You can't change a certain situation. You can't make somebody do anything. So if things are out of your control, don't try to control it. That'll also help you with your mental health, okay? Stop worrying about situations that ain't got nothing to do with you. And if it's out of your control, baby, just let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Worry about yourself, honey. We need to mind our business. I think that'll help with our mental health too. Focus on yourself rather than what other people have got going on, you know? And of course, like I said, we're living in this day and age where everybody got an opinion and everything. And I'm like, what do you care? Like, why does it matter what this person is doing? Okay. I'm trying to see if I want to keep these lashes on. I feel like I put too much mascara on them. We'll figure it out in a second because it's giving a lot of mascara. Okay, so let's, I'm going to go ahead and put on my lip color, even though I'm going to eat. Lip color. Be very simple today. I hope you guys, I listen to a lot of music too to help my mental health. Music, like I love Tim's station on Pandora. It gets me in a good mood. Even though I love 90s R&B, that station gets me in it just makes me happy. Like, listening to like the music, oh my God, it just makes me happy. I may be overlining my lips too much here, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. It's makeup. We can wipe it off. You know what I'm saying? It's makeup. Okay. We're still going here. I do overline my lips because I don't have any. If you haven't watched my lip filler video, watch my journey because they were big. And now it looks like I never got anything done. Okay. That'll work for right now. I gotta eat anyway. So I think I'm just gonna put on, where is a gloss? I just need to put on a gloss for right now. We're just gonna put on a gloss. Is this gloss? Yeah, we're gonna put on a gloss. This is actually my lip gloss from our cosmetic line. My Girls Night lip gloss. And I really didn't line my lips too well, but it's okay. I gotta eat anyway. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me rant about mental health. But I think it's really important and we should talk about it more. I think it's a touchy subject for a lot of people because they think you're crazy and you're not crazy. Like, it mental health and self-care, and you know, just learning how to be a good person. Like learning how to go through this life and figure out how to be a good person. That's it. That's it. But this is pretty much the finished look, you guys. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check on your people around you, the people, your family, your friends, and make sure you take time out for yourself as well. Make sure you take time out for yourself and your own mental health as well. If you like this video, you like the glam, you like the combo, please like, subscribe, share it with whoever you need to. Until next time.